Nobody expected this. Not after the courtroom forgiveness. Not after the dramatic verdict. Not after Kandi Burruss stood there, strong, composed, almost untouchable. Because just hours after walking out of court free, shaken, but technically spared, Todd Tucker allegedly did something no one saw coming. He broke down. Not in front of cameras. Not for the headlines. Not for sympathy. But in a private hotel suite, face to face with Kandi. Let me ask you something. What could a man possibly say after being accused, exposed, forgiven, and nearly sentenced to 5 years behind bars? What kind of confession makes a woman who just saved you from prison stand there in complete silence? Sources claim Todd didn't just apologize. He admitted everything. The anger, the control, the betrayal. Even the relationship rumors everyone thought were just gossip. And here's the twist that has the internet buzzing. Insiders say Kandi didn't immediately respond. No tears. No hug. No dramatic reunion. Just silence. So, what really happened in that room? Was this true remorse, or the most calculated emotional move of his life? Because tonight, we're breaking down the secret confession that could flip this entire saga upside down. The hotel room was quiet. Too quiet. You could hear a pin drop. Todd Tucker had just been released, free from the courtroom drama, free from the 5-year shadow that had hung over him. But he wasn't walking out like the confident man he used to be. No, this was different. This was a man stripped bare, his composure shattered, his ego in pieces. Kandi Burruss entered the suite slowly, her heels clicking softly on the polished floor. Calm. Controlled. The courtroom had witnessed her strength, her emotional endurance. But here, away from the cameras and flashing lights, she was just human. The weight of years of pain, betrayal, and manipulation pressed down on her shoulders, but she carried it like a queen. Todd's eyes met hers and something in his gaze broke. Raw, unfiltered, and terrifyingly honest. He didn't speak at first, he couldn't. The air was thick, electric. And then, the words spilled out, a rush of desperation no one could have prepared for. Kandi, he started, voice shaking, cracking like glass. I don't know how to say this. I've been wrong, every step of the way. I hurt you. I hurt our kids. I betrayed everything we had, everything you trusted me with. He sank to his knees, his hands covering his face. For the first time, the public image of the untouchable Todd Tucker collapsed completely. The man who once smiled for magazines, who held power in his empire and over his family, was reduced to tears on the floor of a hotel suite. I don't deserve your forgiveness, he continued, voice barely audible. I know I don't. But you gave it anyway. After everything. You stood there in court, calm, brave, and you chose forgiveness. And he paused, choking back sobs. I don't know how to even thank you. Kandi stood still, her eyes glistening. She had seen him at his worst, but even she hadn't expected this level of vulnerability. The anger, the hurt, the betrayal, it was all still there, but somehow, she felt the weight of years start to lift slightly. Not because Todd deserved relief, but because she chose peace over revenge. Todd's confession took a shocking turn. I lied. I lied about everything. The money, the control, the people I was involved with. His voice wavered. Even with Portia Williams. I never stopped thinking about you, about us, even when I did things I shouldn't have. But you survived it all, and you still let me walk out free. He looked at the floor for a moment, swallowing hard, tears streaming down his cheeks. I swear to you, Kandi, no one else. No more lies. No more deception. I will never hurt you or the kids again. Please let me try to make this right. Kandi's heart pounded. For years, she had endured betrayal, humiliation, and heartbreak. And yet, here he was broken, remorseful, pleading for a chance to repair what he had destroyed. The silence stretched for what felt like an eternity, the air thick with tension and raw emotion. The kids, watching from the corner of the suite, clutched each other. Their eyes, wide with curiosity and hope, darted between their parents. They had been through trauma no child should ever endure, and now, for the first time, they saw a flicker of unity, a possibility of healing. Kandi finally spoke, her voice soft but firm. Todd, I don't know if you can ever truly make up for the pain you caused. But I also know that holding on to hate will destroy me, not you. The kids, they need their father in their lives. And I choose forgiveness. Not for you, for me. And for them. Todd's head snapped up. Shock, disbelief, and gratitude mixed on his face. He didn't know what to say, only that the weight of years of guilt and fear had been lifted, if only slightly. He nodded slowly, tears continuing to stream down his face. The room was electric. Tension, relief, and an emotional storm collided in a moment that would soon leak online, set social media ablaze, and leave fans divided. Who could have imagined that the same courtroom saga that ended with 5 years of potential prison could lead to this? A private, emotional, explosive confession, and a forgiveness no one saw coming. The moment Todd's confession hit Kandi's ears, the hotel suite felt like it had turned into a storm zone, air thick with tension. The kids, wide-eyed, clung to each other, not sure what to feel: relief, fear, hope, all at once. Todd, still on his knees, wiped tears from his face, his voice hoarse. I know I don't deserve this. I've been a monster. And yet, here you are, forgiving me. I don't know how to survive this grace without breaking again. Kandi, holding back tears of her own, looked at him straight in the eyes. Todd, you forced me to face the darkest parts of life. You made me question everything I believed in, but today, I'm choosing strength, not revenge. I'm choosing to protect our kids and myself from hatred. And yes, I forgive you. Todd's reaction? A mix of disbelief, relief, and raw emotion. His entire body trembled. He looked like a man resurrected from his own prison of guilt. I don't know how to repay this, he whispered, voice cracking. I've spent years controlling, lying, hurting. And you survived it all. And gave me forgiveness. At that moment, the cameras in the hotel suite, which, of course, had been tipped off by an anonymous source, would have exploded online if this had leaked. Social media would have gone ballistic. Hashtag Todd confesses, hashtag Kandi forgives, hashtag family drama trending worldwide within minutes. Todd's admission didn't stop there. He began detailing shocking truths Kandi hadn't even known fully. The manipulation, the secret deals, the financial games, and even the private betrayals that had haunted their marriage. I had my own secret, my wrong alliances, my mistakes, my lies. And yet, you still stood tall, he admitted, voice almost breaking. Kandi's composure remained, but her voice softened. I've been through hell, Todd, but letting hatred consume me would have been worse. You'll have to live with your guilt, but I won't. The kids need stability, and I need peace. That's why I forgive you, not because you deserve it, but because I choose to be free. Todd's hands shook as he reached out to touch her shoulder. I promise, no more lies. No more games. No one else. Only my family. Only you and the kids. I've lost everything, but if you let me, I want to rebuild what I destroyed. Even in this private moment, the drama was cinematic. Every detail, the trembling hands, the tears, the silence punctuated by unspoken tension, was something fans would dissect for hours if it hit the internet. The emotional contrast was stunning. Todd, raw and broken. Kandi, strong yet compassionate. The kids, innocent yet visibly shaken. And then, the twist, Todd's guilt wasn't just about his betrayal. He began to hint at deeper secrets, ones that could still shift public perception if they ever leaked. There are things I never told anyone, about what I did, what I lost, what I almost destroyed, he said quietly, eyes darting toward the kids. If the world ever knew, it would change everything. Kandi didn't flinch. She only nodded slightly. Her forgiveness was complete, but the tension, the suspense, the looming what happens next was undeniable. The scene ended with Todd silently breaking down, Kandi standing tall, and the kids caught between relief and fear. Outside the hotel, the hypothetical media storm was already waiting. Viral clips, hashtags, and endless debates were inevitable. Hashtag Todd breakdown, hashtag Kandi strength, hashtag family shockwave. This wasn't just a reconciliation, it was a viral, emotional explosion waiting to happen. and the world would be desperate to see the next move. Just when it seemed the emotional storm had settled, Todd suddenly froze. His trembling hands dropped, and his eyes went wide. "Kandi, there's something else," he whispered, almost too quietly for anyone to hear. The kids looked up, sensing the sudden shift in tension. Kandi's calm, controlled exterior flickered, but she didn't speak. She waited. She had seen enough chaos to know when to hold her ground. Todd reached into his jacket pocket, pulling out a small, sleek envelope. The kind that screams hidden secrets. This contains everything I never confessed. Every single wrong, every single lie. "You deserve to know," he said, his voice breaking. Not for revenge, but for truth. Kandi's eyes narrowed. She took a slow step forward. "Todd, are you serious? After everything, you're still trying to pull me into your chaos." Todd shook his head violently. "No, I swear. I'm done hiding. I'm done controlling. But the world, the people, they need to understand what really happened. And you," he paused, tears streaming down his face. "You deserve to see the full story." The room went silent. The kids clung to Kandi, unsure if this was another storm or the final calm. Todd's confession wasn't just emotional, it carried explosive potential. Every detail in that envelope could go viral, spark debates, and shift public opinion. This wasn't just a family drama anymore. It was a full-blown media wildfire waiting to ignite. Kandi slowly reached for the envelope. Her fingers brushed it, and for a moment, the tension was unbearable. Could she trust him? Could she even handle what was inside? She opened it, and what she saw made her inhale sharply. Records, messages, photos, all revealing things she hadn't imagined. Todd had lied, manipulated, and schemed, but he had also, strangely, tried to protect certain truths. Todd looked up, his eyes desperate yet hopeful. "I've laid it all bare, Kandi. No more secrets. No more games. I can't undo the past, but maybe now we can move forward honestly." Kandi's lips pressed together. The silence stretched. Then, slowly, a tiny smirk crept onto her face, half relief, half victory. "You finally get it, Todd. Finally. But this doesn't erase the pain. The kids, we'll deal with this together. And the world will have to wait." Todd exhaled, collapsing into a chair, drained yet somehow lighter. The kids hugged him briefly, showing forgiveness, confusion, and love all at once. And then, just as the camera, or in the viral sense, the world, would expect a neat ending, Todd muttered under his breath, "You think this is it? You haven't even seen the full chapter yet." Kandi's eyes widened slightly, the hint of suspicion clear. The kids looked puzzled. The envelope, small, innocuous, was proof that the story was far from over. Outside, social media would have erupted within seconds. Hashtag Todd Confession, hashtag Kandi Forgives, hashtag Family Secrets, hashtag Hotel Showdown trending globally. Fans would speculate endlessly. What's in the envelope? Will Todd's remaining secrets leak? Is Kandi truly safe? Will the kids ever fully heal? The scene closes with Todd staring at Kandi, eyes full of regret, hope, and an unspoken warning. Kandi stands tall, protective yet curious, holding the envelope. The kids, caught between relief and tension, cling to their mother. The story ends not with closure, but with a cliffhanger. A promise that the next revelation is just around the corner. The drama, suspense, and controversy? Far from over. Because when Todd Tucker's secrets meet Kandi Burruss' strength, the world will be watching, waiting, and ready to explode. Whoa, did you just see that? Todd Tucker breaking down, confessing everything, and Kandi Burruss standing strong. This isn't just courtroom drama anymore. This is history in the making. Now it's your turn. What do you think is in that envelope? Is Todd truly sorry, or is there more chaos waiting to explode? Will Kandi fully forgive him, or is this the calm before the storm? I want to hear all your theories, hot takes, and even the wildest conspiracies you can imagine. Smash that like button if you're living for this drama. Hit subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss the next shocking revelation, the next tearful confession, or the next twist that's guaranteed to go viral. And don't just watch, join the conversation. Comment below, tag your friends, share this video everywhere, and let's make the world talk about this epic showdown. Remember, in a story like this, nothing is ever truly over. And trust me, the next chapter? It's going to break the internet.